여러분 안녕하십니까? 니콜라스입니다. And in today's video, I want to share with you the story of the most powerful, complex, and sophisticated spyware ever made. This spyware, which as the name says it, is software that spies on you, can get into any iOS and Android phone. Once it's there, it can do anything in your phone. It can access all your photos, all your messages and emails. It can turn on the microphone and the camera to secretly record you. It can track and follow your location. It can save all the keys that you press in your keyboard, and it can even record your phone calls. Anything that you can do in your phone, the spyware can do as well. At nighttime, it will wait until you're asleep and it will check if there is enough battery and you are connected to Wi-Fi to upload all the data that was gathered from your phone to a server controlled by the attackers. The name of this spyware is Pegasus, and the way it gets in your phone is by using mind-blowing zero-day exploits. A zero-day is a security hole that not even the makers of the phone, Apple and Google, know about, and that makes zero days very, very expensive. If you discover a security hole in Android, you have two options. One option will be to report that to Google, which is the right thing to do, and in turn, they will give you some money as a reward for your report. In 2021, for example, the highest payout made by Google to a single researcher was of $157,000 for finding a very critical security hole in Android. The second option, if you discover a security hole in Android, would be to not report it to Google. Instead, what you can do is you can sell that information in the black or gray market, and there you're going to get paid way more by people that want to use that security hole personally, for themselves or for their clients. Zerodium is a company that buys zero days, and on their pricing pages we can see that the more severe the zero day, the more severe the security hole that you find, the more they're going to pay you. For example, if you find a way of unlocking a cell phone without entering the password or the Touch ID of Apple, you can get paid up to $100,000. But if you have what is known as a zero-click exploit for iOS and Android, they could pay you up to $2 million. So, what does zero-click mean? A zero-click exploit means that the victim of the attack does not have to do anything. It doesn't have to click on anything for the attack to work. Only sending a message, even if the victim doesn't open it, or only calling this phone number, even if the victim doesn't pick up the phone call, is enough for the attack to be successful and the phone to be compromised. And this is what Pegasus is using. They use zero-click exploits, which means that only by getting a phone call, Pegasus can get into your phone. The zero-click exploit that Pegasus uses is called by the Google security researchers as the most technically and sophisticated exploit ever seen. Now, this hasn't always been this way. The older version of Pegasus used one-click exploits, which means that they sent messages with a link to their victims or a file. And once the link was clicked or the file was opened, then Pegasus was downloaded and installed on the phone. This is exactly what happened to Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world and the creator of Amazon.com. Apart from Amazon, Bezos owns the Washington Post. And on that newspaper, some reporters were very critical of Saudi Arabia. According to Bezos' security team, after having dinner with MBS, which is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and exchanging numbers with him, Bezos received a message with a video via WhatsApp from the prince himself. And on that video, there was a tiny piece of code that downloaded Pegasus in Jeff Bezos' phone. After that, the phone was compromised and the researchers said that gigabytes of data left Jeff's phone. But Pegasus is more modern now. Unlike before, now all it takes is for the attackers to know your phone number and then is game over. That's it. Pegasus is a weapon that we have no defense against. The zero-click exploit that Pegasus is using that blew everyone's mind is named forced entry. And it's so incredibly advanced and so mind-blowing that it's really hard not to admire it. With forced entry, a message is sent to a phone number with what looks like it's a GIF file. But this GIF file is actually a PDF file. And on top of that PDF file, there is a virtual CPU running. Let's say that again. The creators of Pegasus built a virtual machine, a virtual CPU on top of a PDF file, and they hid that PDF file inside of what looks like is a GIF file. That is mind-blowing and terrifying at the same time. I think it could be considered almost like an art piece in a way. But now that forced entry is publicly known, that means that Apple has had time to patch their systems and close any holes that forced entry was using. But that also means that now Pegasus has even more zero-click exploits that might be even more mind-blowing than forced entry. It was after this exploit that Apple sued the creators of Pegasus. Facebook is also suing them because they use a WhatsApp security hole to compromise the phone of people by using only a phone call. So who is Apple and Facebook suing? Who are the creators of Pegasus? They are actually a company, a legit company with employees, sales teams, and CEO. They don't try to hide the fact that they are the makers of Pegasus. It's actually one of their best selling products. The name of that company is NSO Group. NSO Group is a company based on Israel, and it's in Israel that Pegasus is classified as a weapon, which means that the Israeli government has to approve its exports. This is why NSO Group only licenses Pegasus to other countries. According to NSO Group, Pegasus has helped prevent terror attacks, gun violence, car explosions, and suicide bombings. And they say that every day is used to break up pedophilia, sex, and drug trafficking rings, and locate missing and kidnapped children. So they say that Pegasus is a weapon that is used to save people's lives. But that's not what journalists say. What they have found is that Pegasus have been used by non-democratic and repressive governments against their opposition, against journalists, and against human rights activists. A couple of weeks ago, Citizen Lab released a report of how the phone of Jordanian human rights activists and journalists were hacked from 2019 to December of 2021. That is 2 years of having Pegasus in your phone, listening, recording, and tracking everything. That's scary. NSO Group says that if Pegasus is misused, they are able, and they have in the past, shut down the servers of the people or governments misusing Pegasus. The question is, do we believe them or not? But now I want to know what you think. Is this a little bit scary? Are you a little bit worried? How does it feel to know that there is a weapon that there is no defense against? Do you think it's okay because anyways you have nothing to hide, so even if they look, there's nothing bad to find? Or do you put a higher value in your privacy? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and remember, if you like the way I explain things and you would like to learn to code with me for free, please click the link below. There you will find free courses on JavaScript, React.js, React Native, Python, Redux, GraphQL, Apollo, Go, among many other things. Again, all for free and with subtitles in Hangugo. Thank you for watching. Stay free, stay healthy, stay happy, eat kimchi, 감사합니다, 사랑해요. See you on the next one. Bye bye.